Whoa.
We start off with the case of Miles Collins, who is facing charges for murder, carjacking, aggravated assault, and gang-related offenses. Bradley Coleman was visiting his parents in Georgia from New Orleans when Miles Collins and two other 9 Trey Blood gang members pulled up next to him and tried to steal his car on Sunday, July 10th, 2022. In the process, they shot him in the head at point-blank range with a 9mm handgun. Bradley Coleman's parents were so devastated.
Jesus, God, we love him, and we miss him so much. Your Honor, a parent should never, ever have to bury their child. They're supposed to bury us.
In January 2025, Miles Collins, who was their getaway driver, stood in court motionless as the judge declared his sentencing.
Count 15, which is a violation of Street Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act. I sentence you to 20 years consecutive to count 14. Mr. Collins, you have now been convicted of 15 felonies, but sentenced to 9 because 6 of them, by operation of law, either merge into the others or are vacated.
Collins was sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole, and more decades to run consecutively with the life sentence.
Mr. Collins, you also have 4 years from the date your sentence is final to file a habeas corpus petition. And as Mr. Clegg requested, I will be appointing you an appellate lawyer. Your appellate attorney will explain these processes, but I wanted you to be aware of the time frames. Anything else, Mr. Clegg?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Collins can go with the deputies.
As Miles Collins was being led out of the courtroom after the sentencing, he looked over his shoulder and dropped a message for his victim's family. Coleman's brother, Michael, didn't take these words lightly. He jumped out of his seat, brimming with hurt and anger.
Whoa. The family of Mr. Coleman. The family of Mr. Coleman. And look at me. The family of Mr. Coleman. Honor Bradley Coleman here. Honor Bradley Coleman. He is never coming back. Nothing that happens in this courtroom is going to bring Bradley Coleman back.
Eventually, a court officer restrained Michael while the judge reminded the family to honor Coleman's legacy, while Michael Coleman lashed out at his brother's killer. What happens when 2 teens laugh and flip off the victim's family in court after killing a retired police chief, like in the case of Jesus Ayala and Zamir Keys? On August 14th, 2023, Jesus Ayala, 16 at the time, and 18-year-old Zamir Keys stole a Hyundai Elantra from an apartment complex in Las Vegas. That morning, Ayala and Keys drove the car across town and intentionally ran down cars and bicycles that came their way.
All right, go. Go. Keep it moving. Bitch ass nigga! Stop talking shit, bitch!
Later in that video, the teens, Ayala, later identified as the driver, and Keys in the passenger seat, ran down 64-year-old Andreas Probst, a former police chief enjoying his retirement in Las Vegas, causing Probst to die of blunt force trauma to the head. They recorded the killing and laughed as they sped away.
Ready? Yeah. It is that.
Ayala and Keys were later arrested and charged with murder. In October 2023, the teens appeared at a hearing where both sides would settle on the trial schedule.
For page 25, this is State of Nevada versus Jasmine Keys, 377588. Sir, is that how do I pronounce your first name? Jameer. Mr. Keys is present in custody. We have been in communication with Mr. Hill. He has been in multiple court appearances today, and so we are going to move forward without him, Mr. Keys, but what we're doing is we're just picking a date, and if that date doesn't work for you or Mr. Hill, we'll come back here and we'll pick another day, okay, sir?
During the hearing, the teenagers could be seen smiling, laughing, snickering, and even flipping off the families of the victim. As the police officers led the teenagers out of the courtroom, they looked at the victim's family and smiled again. Ayala and Keys pleaded guilty to the murder of Andreas Probst. Later in 2025, the Clark County District Court in Las Vegas convicted the teenagers, now adults, of murder after the defense team reached a plea agreement with the prosecutors. Ayala was sentenced to 20 years to life, while Keys was sentenced to 18 years to life. Ayala got an additional 2 to 10 years for battering, since he was the driver. The duo will serve time for multiple felony charges, including second-degree murder with the use of a deadly weapon. Ayala and Keys may have been disrespectful to their victim's family, but how does that compare to this teenager who looked into his victim's family's eyes and said this?
Yes, sir. Mr. Wright, what would you like to say?
I just want to tell y'all, I'll be home soon, or I'll be Keon. I love my family.
This is 17-year-old Danta Wright, and he is on trial for the murder of 18-year-old Jordan Klee. On October 4th, 2016, Danta Wright and 2 other alleged gang members randomly targeted Jordan during an armed robbery. Jordan Michael Klee, an Ann Arbor high school student at the time, sustained a single gunshot wound to the forehead. The bullet tore through Jordan's brain, killing him instantly. During a hearing in June 2017, Wright pleaded guilty to Jordan's murder. Now at the Washtenaw County Trial Court in Michigan, Karen, Jordan's mother, was so distraught that she had someone else read her statement as she sobbed quietly.
On the nights I manage to sleep, I wake up hearing my son scream for me, to then have to realize all over again, night after night, my son is dead, gone, taken, for what? Why? Can you answer the question? Why?
Danta Wright remained unmoved by the impact statement. He showed no remorse, no guilt, nothing. Instead, he sat in court, smiling and nearly laughing.
Why? I have an answer. Your answer will never be good enough. There will never be an answer good enough to satisfy why you shot my son. Why you thought that what you had should be yours. Why you felt that what you wanted, you were entitled to. Why you thought his death was an acceptable response to your jealousy or desire to what he had. Drugs, clothes, money, jewelry, phones, shoes, whatever it was that you felt you needed more than his life. Your why will never be better than his life. Your want will never trump my son's death. You get to live, get to wake up every day. Your life continues. I sincerely hope that whatever it was you wanted so badly that you felt the need to murder my son was worth the next at least 52 years of your continued existence.
Wright's lawyer later apologized to the judge for how his client reacted. According to him, some people display fear by smiling. He was still talking to the judge when Wright whispered something to his ear. He wanted to address the court.
Your Honor, just briefly, the pre-sentence report indicates that my client made a statement to the probation officer who prepared the report indicating that it was never his intention to injure. Your Honor, my client, the only thing I would say, Your Honor, is that if the court is intending to follow the plea agreement, then I don't really have anything. My client wants to address the court, but I don't. Of course.
Believing Wright had something good to say or wanted to apologize to the victims, the judge allowed him to speak.
Yes, sir. Mr. Wright, what would you like to say?
I just want to tell y'all, I'll be home soon, or I'll be Keon. I love my family.
That's all you got to say.
Wright's attitude pissed off the judge so much that he asked the prosecutors if the sentencing agreement was too lenient. He suggested the case be taken to trial so Wright would spend the rest of his life behind bars if found guilty.
That's all you got to say. You know, I have never in 23 years approximately ever not accepted a sentence agreement between the parties because it's bargained for, sentenced by the parties, but watching you sit there, smile, laugh, and shake your head like this was no big deal, I'm very tempted to just say, I'm not going to accept this sentence agreement. We'll go to trial, and if you're convicted of felony murder, you'll go to prison for the rest of your life. That means you'll die there. That's what I'm tempted to do. Mr. Bella, do you want me to accept this sentence agreement? You want to make me approach prison? Yes.
After a brief recess, Jordan's family reportedly asked not to take the case to trial because they wanted to move forward with their lives. Wright was sentenced to 30 to 50 years imprisonment for second-degree murder. His accomplices, Jermarius Ellison and Delrano Gracie, were each sentenced to 15 to 40 years for second-degree murder. Danta Wright's insensitive remarks in court were shocking, but it's nothing compared to the rage this judge had after the defendant repeatedly laughed so much at the victim's family.
Any individual with a shred of human decency would not laugh, regardless of whether he wanted to assert his innocence or not. He would not laugh and make a joke and slouch in the chair and act like this is a bus stop or a bodega or a park bench.
I was wrongfully convicted.
Take the defendant back into the courtroom. Or back into the holding cell.
Like in the case of Alvin Foy III, who is in court facing second-degree murder, attempted murder, and weapons charges. According to the police, Alvin Foy and 20-year-old Jameer Manning, on May 3, 2021, fired over 40 shots into a crowd on Essex Street in Albany. During the shooting spree, their target, a man who they had a dispute, was hit in the shoulder. But one of the stray bullets hit 18-year-old China Forney, an Albany Leadership Charter High School student, in the back. China was rushed to a nearby hospital where she succumbed to her injuries. She was only 3 weeks away from graduating. Both Foy and Manning knew China. Manning pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 20 years to life in prison. As part of the plea agreement, Manning admitted in court that he and Foy fired 31 shots into a crowd, killing China. But Alvin Foy pleaded not guilty. During sentencing, Foy began to smile as the victim's family delivered their impact statement.
Alvin Foy, on May 3rd, 2021, you are your co-defendant.
Even the judge could not take it any longer.
Excuse me a second. Let the record reflect that the defendant is laughing during the victim impact statement. Go ahead, ma'am, I apologize.
China was just 3 weeks away from walking across the stage to graduate high school, and you took that opportunity away from her.
But Judge McDonough's warnings meant nothing to Foy. He continued to make faces as the family grieved over their loss.
You ate dinner with us, you went out with us multiple times, so we would expect it better from you. And I just want you to know, like, when you get back to your cell, we want you to think about the pain you caused me and my family and friends.
After the family gave their impact statement, it was Foy's turn to address the court.
You want to address the court, Mr. Foy?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
6 other witnesses said I wasn't there. We have 2 females said I was there that was on a FaceTime call.
Sir, we're not trying the case. The case has been tried. The jury was convinced beyond a reasonable doubt. Sir, you can't talk at the same time as I talk because the stenographer is going to take down my words. Okay. If you want your words recorded, you can't try to talk over me. The jury's already decided that issue, sir. Anything else you want to say to the court, sir?
Before leaving the courtroom, Foy had some words for Judge McDonough.
You're a biased judge and I can't wait to appeal to see my case. I'm innocent.
Is that why you were laughing throughout the statements by the sister of... Is that why you were laughing, sir?
She was laughing at me.
Anything else, sir?
Yes.
Go ahead, finish.
I'm innocent.
You've said that already. Anything else?
So I come home, I'm innocent.
But before handing out Foy's sentencing as decided by the jury, the judge had some parting words for him.
The defendant stands before this court professing his innocence, and regardless of whether you admit to brutally murdering her, you wouldn't sit at sentencing and laugh about it.
I didn't do nothing.
That's, sir, your time to speak has ended. It's now the court's time to speak. If you can't conduct yourself appropriately, we'll send you back into the jail and I'll send you without you here. Here's the bottom line, sir. Anyone with a shred of human decency would not sit in the courtroom and laugh at the sentencing. One more time, Mr. Mills, let your client know I'm about to send him back into the holding cells.
Foy continued to interrupt Judge McDonough anytime he was about to speak, forcing the judge to repeat himself several times.
Any individual with a shred of human decency would not laugh, regardless of whether he wanted to assert his innocence or not. He would not laugh and make a joke and slouch in the chair and act like this is a bus stop or a bodega or a park bench.
I was wrongfully convicted.
At this point, Judge McDonough decided he already had enough.
Take the defendant back into the courtroom. Throw back into the holding cells. Pull his pants up while you're doing it, please. So the courtroom doesn't have to observe that. I'm going to sentence the defendant in his absence, because he obviously has shown that he cannot conduct himself appropriately.
In his absence, Alvin Foy was sentenced to 25 years to life in prison. So far, we have witnessed defendants laughing at victims' families. But what happens when family members of a murder victim go after the suspect? Like in the case of Paul Wade, who is in court for murder charges. According to court documents, 31-year-old Paul Wade, on September 10, 2022, shot and killed 26-year-old Edward Lamont Smith and another woman, 24-year-old Alexis McCrary. One of the shootings was captured on camera, and police identified the suspect as Wade. When Wade appeared in front of the Jefferson County courtroom, the families of the victims did not shy away from showing their displeasure.
This is a little bit different. Mr. Eggert is retained on...
Quiet in courtroom.
Quiet. Mr. Eggert is retained on the 2 revocation.
Okay, hold on. Ma'am, you're gonna have to leave the courtroom. You have to...
We all family.
Okay, y'all got to not talk. Okay. No talking in the courtroom. Yes. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. He does have a new charge. Mr. Eggert has not been retained yet. I'm standing in for the limited purpose to ask on his behalf for this to go to November 1st for Mr. Eggert to possibly be retained.
During the hearing, Wade had no lawyer retained for the new murder charges, so Judge Ann Haney granted a continuance until November 1st to allow him time to secure a lawyer for his new charges.
And you did have Mr. Eggert previously?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want an opportunity to hire Mr. Eggert?
Yes, ma'am.
You do?
Yes, ma'am.
You think it's realistic that will happen?
Yes, ma'am.
Then I will give you to November 1st.
Okay.
And I will tell you, sir, I just can't hold it. Just hold it. Okay. So if it's not here by November 1st, we're going to talk again about the public defender.
Okay.
Everything was going smoothly until it was time for Wade to leave. As the deputies walked Wade out, the suspect looked to his left towards the family and taunted the grieving family. In response, 4 family members lunged at Wade. As the deputies were busy containing the chaos that had erupted in the courtroom, a family member quietly leaped over the bench and chased Wade out of the courtroom. Shortly afterwards, the deputies arrested 4 people in total and charged them with misdemeanors, including disorderly conduct and obstructing government operations. This family got their pound of flesh, even though it was at a cost. But sometimes, some don't. This suspect not only laughed, but went as far as applying makeup while the court was in session.
Okay, all
Like in the case of Alicia Andrews, who is facing manslaughter, first-degree murder, and conspiracy to commit murder charges. Police say that in June 2024, Alicia Andrews, alongside 4 other accomplices, conspired to murder Charles Jones in retaliation for an ongoing Jacksonville rival gang feud. On June 23, 2024, Alicia Andrews acted as the spotter for the gunman. During her murder trial hearing in October 2025, Andrews could be seen applying makeup and laughing with her legal team before opening statements.
Okay. All right, so that's good. I'm going to go ahead and excuse Mr. Jimenez at this time. So we still have one alternate left. Okay. All right, let's bring Mr. Jimenez in.
Judge, I'm also hearing it was Fox 13 this morning when they were reporting about opening statements. I think they reran an interview with Mr. Malcolm and Mr.
In October 2025, a jury found Alice Andrews guilty of the lesser charge of manslaughter. However, her sentencing was delayed after her lawyer filed a motion alleging bias by the judge. A new judge has now been assigned the case, and Andrews is awaiting sentencing in Florida, facing up to 15 years to life in prison. Alice Andrews applying makeup in court may be disrespectful, but how does that compare to an accused murderer trading words with his victim's family?
Bro, I'm not playing. Look at me. Have fun in prison, bro.
Like in the case of Deshaun Boylan, who is facing first-degree felony murder charges. In June 2014, Boylan was chased by motorcyclist Jacob Rameau after he stole Jacob's brother's car. During the chase, Jacob crashed his motorcycle and died after sustaining gunshot wounds to the back. Robert G., Boylan's accomplice, fired the shots from another vehicle. G was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life with no parole, but Boylan gambled away his 13-year plea deal. When Judge Harold F. Close III ruled there was enough evidence to put Boylan on trial for the crime tied to Jacob's death, the suspect lost it all. Boylan lashed out at the family's reaction to the decision, but they refused to stay silent.
Bro, stop looking at me, bro. Bro, I'm not playing. Look at me. Have fun in prison, bro.
In September 2016, Deshaun Boylan was sentenced to life without parole. He was earlier convicted of first-degree felony murder in perpetration of a larceny, which carries a mandatory life sentence in Michigan. Deshaun Boylan lashed out at his victim's family, but how does this compare to swearing at the judge in 2 different court hearings?
I need to have you raise your right hand for me.
I'm leaving this
Okay,
court.
all right.
Pull me back from my cell.
Okay, stop.
I'm not getting into any detail of what happened.
If you want to be guilty, you have to say what you did.
I'm not saying all right? Because of the respect and safety of my children, I'm not saying nothing.
Like in the case of Keith Ferguson, who is facing 2 counts of open murder, 1 count of kidnapping, possession of explosives, and home invasion charges.
You. Okay. Well.
Keith Ferguson allegedly killed his father-in-law, James Weber, and later killed his wife, Tiffany Ferguson, in the presence of their 4 children for filing for divorce. During a court proceeding in November 2014, Keith Ferguson would not cooperate with the judge.
All right, Mr. Ferguson, can I get you to stand up there as a podium, please? All right, I need to have you raise your right hand for me.
I'm leaving this
Okay,
court.
all right.
Pull me back from my cell.
Okay, stop.
All right?
Ferguson flipped at the court and swore at the judge, but this was not the only time the double murder suspect would lash out in court.
And with that penalty in mind, how do you wish to plead to these 2 charges?
In another court proceeding in 2015, the father of 4 lost it after the judge asked him to get into the details of his crimes.
Okay, well, I'm not getting into any detail of what happened.
If you want to be guilty, you have to say what you did.
I'm not saying all right? Because of the respect and safety of my children, I'm not saying nothing. Because they're going to see this. They don't need to hear that. Understand what I'm saying? You know, let's make this painless and not. Give me my 100 years or whatever, and give me the out of here.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, well do it.
Ferguson, who police believed murdered his wife in the presence of his 4 children, tells the judge he doesn't want to recount the experience because of the safety of his children. But he didn't stop there. He spoke to the judge like he owned the court.
You understand me? I'm not doing this in front of these stupid cameras and these inbreds.
To calm the tense atmosphere, the judge called for a recess. As Ferguson was being escorted out, he lashed out at the court officials again.
Don't touch me.
After the recess, the double murder suspect admitted to killing his wife and his father-in-law.
And did you intend to kill him?
Oh yeah.
And did you think about whether or not you wanted to kill him and make a deliberate choice to do so?
No way. Put half a magazine in that.
Following a plea agreement, Keith Ferguson was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. But Ferguson wanted more.
You can't give me the death penalty? See y'all in hell.
Ferguson was angry at a judge for not giving him the death penalty. But it is nothing compared to this next convict, who threatened to kill his survivor victim even as the judge watched.
I should have killed you, bitch! I should have killed you, bitch! Everybody knows you're alive!
Like in the case of Jeremy Christian, who is charged with 2 counts of aggravated murder, attempted murder, assault, and hate crimes. On May 26, 2016, Christian stabbed and killed 2 men who defended a 16-year-old and her Muslim friend on a light rail train in Portland. The white supremacist also injured Demetria Hester, a black woman who has now come to testify before the court.
I blame the system for creating and facilitating people like Jeremy. And then we, the community, have to deal with it. In my case, the white supremacists got special treatment from the police. The police officer Gaskin believed the assault was made by the assailant. He didn't believe me or the 2 TriMet supervisors.
As Hester gave her statement, she had some words for her assailant.
And to Mr. Jeremy Christian, your mom should have swallowed you. You are a waste of breath. And when you die and go to hell, I hope you run.
But Christian would not let this go without a response.
See you there, bitch.
Okay.
Go back to Tennessee, too.
What do I tell you?
Go back to Tennessee, too.
You can.
We don't want you here.
Bye.
All your race baiting bullshit. You ain't gonna be mayor either, bitch. You ain't gonna be mayor either, bitch.
As chaos erupted in the courtroom, deputies grabbed Christian and removed him from the courts. On his way out, he managed to make threats at Hester, stating that he regretted not killing her. In February 2020, a jury in Portland found Jeremy Christian guilty of all counts, including 2 counts of first-degree murder and a count of first-degree attempted murder. He was sentenced to 2 consecutive terms of life imprisonment without the possibility of parole.